So, when did you fall in love with her?
Who?
You know who she talking about.
Don't even front.
The South by down in Austin.
Tell her. Just go ahead, tell her.
Rap? You're talking about rap?
I think we're talking about hip hop.
Okay. That's for real, man.
Oh. That's what that stands for?
That's for real.
Whatever. Whatever, dude. I first fell in love with hip hop. Man, I don't know. I've been in love with hip hop ever since, man, my whole life. I don't know. I feel like when people ask that question, I feel the best answer I've ever seen somebody give to that type of question is Bob Marley in the Bob Marley documentary, and I've watched probably all of them. But they asked him like how long he's been a Rasta, and he just said, "I've been a Rasta ever since." So it's just like ever since, like it's just been. There was no moment, there was no time. Like I was fortunate enough to be born in '78, so it wasn't like it came to me in the Bronx and I saw it. It was just always was. I felt
Just
like
happened.
I always was since birth. I feel like I was born to do what I do, and that's why whatever 17, 18 years later, I'm still like born to do what I think, and I'm blessed.
I fell in love with her when I was about, I would say about 13 years old, something like that. Yeah. Oh, you know what? 6 years old. 1996 when I guess Goody Mob had a A and B side, Cell Therapy, Soul Food on the other side, and that was like the first single I ever bought, and they had an instrumental, version on each side, like instrumental Soul Food and Cell Therapy. I just remember like never listening to the songs, but just going straight to the instrumental and just writing. At the age of like 5, 6. And I think that's when I just developed my crush. I couldn't say I fell in love with her yet. Maybe when I was 13, when I actually put out my first tape, when I was 13, that's when I fell in love with her, and I knew that I'd never leave her. And I'm still with her.
How sweet.
Yeah, it's a sweet love story.
How sweet, bro.
I mean, you kind of already answered this next question, but why are you still in love with her? What keeps you in love?
Yeah, go. I went first last time.
What keeps me in love with her is that she keeps evolving. She keeps not changing but evolving. You know what I'm saying? She still has the same spirit, the same freedom to her, and the same integrity. It's just she's evolved into this to a woman now. I guess she was like a teenager when I met her. A little girl, but she's womanly. She's developed, got curves, and I love everything about her. I'm probably more in love with her now than ever. She got that banging body now. Yeah, she didn't have my first man.
You're perfect.
I am.
Perfect, bro. I don't even know if I know you.
Hey.
What keeps me in love with hip hop? I think that's love. I think it's just like,
Really?
I'm married, and you're not always gonna like your wife, but you're always gonna love me. I don't always like my little brother, but I always love him. And I don't think commitment is something many people are familiar with, especially in hip hop culture. Yeah, man, this is what I do. Like I created paid dues so that I could be a part of hip hop forever. Not based on me shining and being on the microphone, but helping other young artists and other artists that are unheard get heard and seen. So I've always planned to be a part of this for the rest of my life in some shape or form. Pay dues and whether it's making films or something representing the culture. And I think that's a lot of people who've gotten it confused. There's people who make pop music now that rap, but that's not hip hop. And that's okay for them to be rappers. It's okay for them to take an aspect of the culture and blow up, just like it's okay for some of you B-boys to choreograph for Michael Jackson and Gwen Stefani. Like they take part of our culture and they do what they can to make a living. I think that's what hip hop is for. But please, when people say I hate hip hop now, it's like you hate rap, but then start breakdancing or go look at some graffiti or go watch a DJ. Like you can hate people rapping, you can think rap's got out of control, but it has nothing to do with the culture. The culture's always been the same. It's evolved and changed, was grown, but it still has the same basic elements, the same basic feel, and the same basic vibe. So when people say hip hop is dead and fuck you, like hip hop can never die. Like it's always gonna exist. It's a culture, and I think people need to start separating the culture from the different elements or facets. So yeah, I stay in love with her because she's unchanging. Just like my brother is gonna be my family for the rest of my life. Like I said, I've been in hip hop since I feel like it's just me. So that I don't have a choice, for better or worse. I have to love it, and I take a real offense to when people talk that. But I don't, because I just think they're just ignorant and they don't really understand it. So I'm gonna stand by this culture until the day I die. And to me, I've been a part of it since the day I was born.